feel like EG can't take this fight. So far, they're right. They even have the save.
EG's going to smoke up, however. But what do? You want to wrap around the back? Smoke's already breaking on Sumail. Saves the one on the front line. He's got BKB. He knows he can just be that. Who wants to come in from EG? The melee barracks doesn't really stand a chance. Another sleep. This one's over on faces, falling into the back lines. Anna instantly jumps back out to help his teammates. The BKB Ogre. It was a good distraction, but he didn't really get out of it. A call down on top of the ramp. Seb moves forward, but here comes Anna going on top of Arteezy. Where's the opening still? Fly's going down. He just cannot take this bark or bite. And now the jump in from E-Man in the corner. Toss them down, Popson, and maybe they got a little bit more. Smell the back lines. There's no more BKBs. There's no more real Titanic to work with. And Arteezy, so low on life, does not have the Sunder, and even killed with a proc on the Mjolnir. This may just be it with none of them left. Gyrocopter doesn't have enough power. OG will not let up, and Thompson's like, okay, inside your base. I remember doing game 2 of my last winners bracket match. The scenario is slightly different this time around. Still objectives to take. And EG still want to try and fight. Fly jumping in, the multicast. Anna once again saved. The false promise is there. Notal will sacrifice himself, or will leave advice. Sumail can't get the kills. Thompson, he starts the toss up. And that's GG. We will have a remake of the TI8 semi-final 2 going to a game 3, a decider between OG and EG.
What a great game from OG. It looked relatively grim at one point. We were starting to consider if they were going to falter in this game, but they came up with their void. They joined the team fights. They got a couple of really good ones. I think in this game, compared to game 1, just night and day with Thompson, finding tons of kills in the early game, keeping OG basically kind of even by doing that. They never really got far ahead early on in the game, but they get to this mid-game stage that they were looking for with their timing, and boy, did they hit hard when they got it.
Yeah, they did, and man, that's going to hit home for Evil Geniuses. Now leveled up. They looked very, very happy at the end of game 1. I love how Notel even just stops for a moment. Looking back, it's like, come on, man, put it together. Let's walk out of here. We're good.
The biggest difference between these two teams in this game, when draft-wise, there's obviously many differences, but one of the really big things, OG with the save. Notel has a huge impact in this game with this Oracle save. EG, they couldn't match it.
Well, let's see who can save it out. Series tied 1-1.
And that is the way we like it. A game 3 between these two titans. Redo of last year, just the other way around, you know, but going the distance is always a joy to watch these two teams play. We're going to break down the game a little bit. Grant, I'll start with you because, you know, you watch your boys play and they
didn't. It was an insanely good draft from OG. As he said, right, if you last pick your 5, it better have a huge impact. And it's save after save. Thompson middle played an extraordinary game. I mean, Sumail did both middle players that game, but Thompson, he ran around, made a ton of space. Arteezy's life was hell for like 5 minutes. He had absolutely no impact.
It was a tough game for him for sure. It looked great though. What do you got? What do you got for us tonight? Why are you pointing to these stats? What do you see that did you find worth pointing at?
Thompson's KDA ratio, 13-4-15. This man participated nearly in every single engagement. That last toss into the Chronosphere, and there's something very specific that you mentioned, Grant, that Arteezy's life was hell.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you exactly why it was hell.
Ooh.
Gentlemen, what do you know about vision? Blitz?
It's pretty important.
It's pretty important.
Yeah.
That is correct. Tell me what exactly this thing is.
That's a ward.
That's a ward. That's an observer ward. And they last for a great deal of time. So, you know, they get placed at some point in time. You move on with your life, blah, blah, blah. But Thompson always takes advantage of these situations. He sees Arteezy farming the jungle. He wants to make sure that this is never a comfortable situation for him. Kills him easy. That ward, everybody gets one. Can you get 2 with the same ward? Let me tell you something, you can. As we see here, it is yet again the same ward. And Arteezy is yet again farming the same area. This camp, it's all the same to Thompson. He just wants kills. Toss in Jerax. You'd think he'd have an Aghanim Scepter. No, it's only 10 minutes into the game. That was just a tiny toss. So much vision control here, and Thompson just continues dominating the entire map. You see here, Mirana has nowhere left to go. She can't go north, she can't go east. Gets a Thompson to the face, and he's still not done. Sees Fly cruising around the mid lane. He's just gonna keep on prowl. I don't even know what to call that walk cycle from Thompson. Perfect fissure block from Jerax. Flies cornered like a... Down he goes.
I know a lot of people talk about farming patterns.
Yep.
This TI. This is more like kill patterns.
Systematic.
Systematic slaughter.
Yeah, just, I mean, as he said, the first time Arteezy dies to that ward, you're like, all right, the fact that no one went out and dewarded it, like, you had to know there's a ward there, just a little bit of a misplay. 2 deaths on a TB from 1 ward is very, as Tsunami just showed.
Yeah, that is crazy, actually. And we talked about, Will, if OG could recover, relax, and go back into this second game clean. It felt like they came back with a plan. It looked really clean, but definitely a lot cleaner than game 1.
Oh, for sure. And I don't know if OG games are ever really that clean. Like, they're a little bit clowny because they're willing to fight you on any terms. Like, as soon as they hit their item timings, I feel like this team is like, it's go time. We're just going to engage nonstop. So sometimes it's going to look a little weird like we saw, but when it goes well, it goes really well.
Yeah, and I think it goes back to, like, the team fight, right? One side had a Void and an Earthshaker. The other side, like, what's your biggest team fight? You have a TB, a Mirana, an Ogre. You don't have these end-all, be-all spells, so eventually, if they hit those spells, you're going to lose because you're all single target.
Yep, you are indeed. Now, we have a little bit of time before this third game going, which means I can finally get to ask Blitz the question. What was the story?
Oh, okay.
Wait, what story?
He's been saying that he had a story, and we didn't have time on the first panel, and we didn't have time on the second panel, and now finally, you know, this is a high building for me. What is the story?
All right, so we're at ESL Birmingham.
This year or last year?
Last year. And I heard rumblings that they were going to get... I didn't know about Fly, but I heard about S4. That was like the first thing that had happened. So, of course, OG did pretty terrible at the tournament, and I went up to Seb tournament, and I was like, I thought he knew about the kick. That's what this was about.
No.
So I go up to him, and I was just like, rough times, man. And he's like, it's only ESL. Like, it's all good, man. I was just like, wait, what are you talking about? And it's just ESL. It's not that big of a deal. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, I got to backpedal onto this. And he saw my face, and he was trying to figure it out. And then he just left it alone. And later on, he told me that's how he knew, like, stuff went down the way that it went down.
So you're a snitch?
No, I wasn't trying to be. I thought I was trying to be because I like Seth too. We briefly, for like 3 days, made a team together. And so he was like, hey. I was trying to console him. I was like, it's all good. Don't worry
He's
about
just
it.
like, why? CSL, who cares?
Yeah,
I mean, I've never been one, whatever.
So wait, is that the only TI player you've played with?
I didn't even play. Here's how it went down. It was like, he was talent, remember, at TI5?
TI4.
We were TI5
4,
together,
yeah.
something like that.
F5 as well.
And he was just like, hey, we should play together. And I was like, okay. And then I played like 2 days, and I was like, I would. Like, I'm going to hold you back.
You kicked yourself?
I'm going to be real here. Yeah, I played with Sin too for a bit, and I was like,
wow.
This is a bad idea. I shouldn't do this. And BSJ, in fact. I played with like everybody. I played with 2 of the people on that panel at some point. I played with Purge, and you know, Febby ditched me famously in Korea.
Hey, Purge, you guys were pretty successful, right?
For 3 months, yeah.
Yeah, we.
What about those other 9? Did you bring the? Do you want to talk about those?
You're talking-
That was like 4.
This is
like 4.
You're a Nexon League champion, Purge.
Yeah, I got the trophy.
Okay.
I was the only one that wanted it. Everyone was like, I don't care. You can have it.
Do you still have it?
I'm not just gonna throw that away. Where are you gonna get one of those in 20 years?
You want to know what we did with our money? The first thing we did when we won that, we went to a Taco Bell in Korea.
Oh.
That's what
Oh,
Bambo
God, we
wanted to
did,
do.
yeah.
That's
How
the
was
way
it?
I would celebrate.
And Monte Cristo was there.
Yeah, Monte Cristo was there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I paneled with
I am
like, most of the people
disappointed.
here.
I'm impressed. Purge, you're a man after. Blitz, you're a man after my own heart.
We saw the EG, right? Be super American. When I first got here, you know what we did? First thing I know we had to do, Blitz was with me. We hit up the Chili's in China, and it was amazing.
We actually straight up went to a chili. That was the first restaurant I've been to in Shanghai. You know that? Like, that's the actual first restaurant I've been to in Shanghai.
Impressed and disappointed at the same time. I did not know that that was possible.
Impress-appointed.
Impress-appointer, someone that is impress-appointed an awful lot is someone else on our broadcast team. It is Sir Action Slacks. What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Shaver, I'm in the crowd. It's still electric out here. You know, it might
Good.
be a little late, but Shanghai never goes to sleep when there's good Dota. And speaking of which, sir, how you doing this evening?
I come from COG and
You came to see, what do you think? Pretty good comeback?
in fact, I'm the LGD fans.
You're an LGD fan, but this series you're...
I want to see LGD Revenger.
Yes!
So I I will support for OG today.
Oh, I think we all want to see that. Sir, who are you supporting?
Actually, LG the gaming, but I'm also EG fans.
Ah, okay.
Alright.
Why do you want to see EG win?
Because I'm the fans of Atom.
Oh.
Right. I play in like 6 years.
Who isn't a fan of Artor? Now, I asked you two in particular to come up because you had two people that didn't want to be on camera. Madame, why didn't you want to be on camera, my dear?
Hello.
And we also had this man who didn't want to be on camera. Why didn't you not want to be on camera, sir?
Sumisa.
Oh, where are you going? Oh, this guy really doesn't want to be. Hello, my friend. Hello, how are you?
5.
You're fine. What do you think of the series? Oh, stay with him. Oh, my friend, I'm so sorry. Can you at least give us a let's go somebody? Who's your favorite team?
LGD.
All right, give me a let's go LGD so you look badass.
Let's go LGD.
You did your best. All right, guys, we still got energy. Are we still awake in this arena? Let me hear it. A little bit. Woo! One guy back there's got it. All right, yeah! Woo, I was worried there, Shiva. That was a close one. Thank you very much, guys. Hope you still got energy on that panel.
Oh, we definitely do, and I'm already looking forward of seeing the guy that was videotaping the whole thing and seeing his perspective.
Oh, that's great. I love it. Like, yeah, I'm rooting for OG. I mean LGD. I mean OG. I mean, they're good.
Yeah. Why don't you want to be on camera? Well,
Perfect.
Let me just put you in a headlock real quick.
all right. Well, we have a little bit of time, and I'm gonna make you guys feel old. You ready?
Okay.
Yes.
Ready?
All right. We've been talking about Sumail and how he won his first TI. This is his 5th TI.
What? That can't be true.
It is true.
Why would that make Grandfield hold? He's 19.
Yeah. I don't look a day over 16. I'm feeling great.
What is that?
I don't know. He's making me feel good. No, it's crazy. I remember the first time I actually met Sumail. It was a D2L, the only tournament I've ever went to in Vegas.
Yeah.
And he was so young. That's the fame. All the Chinese players behind him watching him.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
so young. And I remember that tournament. It was not a very good tournament. And Sumail, he didn't look good. Like, honestly.
He was
picked
super
him up.
nervous.
Yeah, he was. It didn't help that there was 40% packet loss during the whole tournament. But, like, this guy, he got last place. He lost to a team with Demon standing in on it. So I was like, this guy can't be the future. And then, Q forward 6 months, he's winning a TI. And what do you know?
Didn't EG produce that tournament?
Back to you, Sheever.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, because
No, but there
Conrad
was
ran
some affiliation.
Yeah,
true.
there was strong affiliation. Conrad was like the guy who ran production.
Well, it was just a trial tournament to get Sumail comfortable with playing
And it worked.
on stage. And
Worked.
because after that, they went to DAC 2015. They went to China. They went to Shanghai, and they crushed it.
They went on a storm. That was like
Yeah.
that was EG's best time.
Storm.
Probably.
I see what you did there. A
Thank
storm. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, what a journey that has been. It's been actually crazy that EG always has been high at the top in a lot of internationals, and right now, I mean, even if they don't win the next game, they're still top 6, right? Yes,
Well,
which is still really good, and I'm assuming that they're.
I don't think either team's okay with that, though, right? If you ask OG or EG, are you okay with the top 6? They're going to be like, no, it's a win or nothing. It's a win or we don't give a shit kind of thing.
Well, you tell me. We're about to see these players take the stage for the 3rd time in this series. Do they look like they will be okay at being top 6? No. That is the face of someone who wants to take a second international. Where's first?
Same
And
here.
a second. We actually have 7 TI winners taking the stage right now, and 8
Great.
coaches.
It is. That is absolutely crazy. And they both look confident, right? Like neither team's kind of sad. You see Sumail leading the way, smiling. No tail on the other side doing the exact same thing. We're just ready for some good Dota.
We really, really are. Now, we know the best thing to deal with OG is ban out the IO and the MAG. We've seen EG do that both times around. I'm assuming it's going to be happening again. I'm curious to find out what makes these two teams, even if they don't have the IO and the MAG, what makes these two teams be such a good match for each other, because they do tend to push each other to the limits.
They do.
Will you want to take this one?
It's they have like a similar way of playing, and I don't mean like in terms of like early late game. I think it comes down like to the item timings. It's when Arteezy and Anna say like we're both ready to fight at this point. So, and they're willing to push each other at different points. Like, and also they're really highly skilled too. It just sort of leads to like a nice chess match where one team wants the game to go and end at one point, and conversely it's true too. Like, if you see how they play Void, for example, and like how he rotates, he wants to hit his item timing first. He wants like one kill item. Same with Thompson. And that's like generally how they move around. And EG sort of similar. They're just a little bit slower paced in that way.
I think it's always Arteezy wants second item.
Yeah.
Usually, because he went like first side Yasha BKB this game, I believe.
Yeah, and I think it's because he realized like he probably had a fight a little bit earlier than he would have liked.
Yeah.
I like how they just push each other. And plus, like the rivalry aspect of it, I think always just makes the game a little bit more hype.
Yeah, it does. They're never just going to go down like, sure, game 1 was a stomp, but that's exactly why it comes back to game 2. It's never going to be a straight up 2 stomp. No matter what people think, no matter who's the best team in the world, like they're always going to push each other.
And often it is, you know, we like a good story, and there's, you know, a little bit of spice in there too. And often the players are like, you know what, I don't care who I play, I just want to win. This time, we know they care. They all changed their profile pictures on Steam to place the banners to No-Tail's face when the handshake happened, which, by the way, there will be a handshake. We don't know which one yet, but there will be a handshake after the next game. I mean, I love the drama.
I mean, to be fair, that was some of the times you said that even want to do it for the memes. They play it up because they find it humorous as well. Almost the shipping culture that happens whenever these rivalries are formed.
Yeah, Matuma Man said that for whatever reason, like his dream was to play against Liquid in the lower bracket, and if they knocked him out, he was gonna do like an angry handshake when he walked past. I was like,
but he was expecting to be knocked out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Shiva, they got 18. Like,
but that means he didn't think that he would win.
Let me just say the expectations were, they were as is.
I mean, that being said, I do hope that people can like separate the entertainment aspect versus the actual drama aspect, because, you know, obviously we like talking about this kind of stuff. I don't know what Fly's thinking. I don't know what No-Tail's thinking. These people with real families, real lives, and that kind of stuff. And so I think it's important that viewers and us can kind of separate the concept of, you know, what happens here whenever the cameras go off, when the GGs are called. These people continue leading their lives, and so you don't necessarily need to like push your drama on it.
I can assure you, after all that happened, though, it was real beef.
Yes,
it was
for
there
sure.
was no fake drama in that.
But it's been a year at this point.
was, yeah, it has been. But how would you feel about that? You know, you just saw OG, the team who's pretty much just making fun of you the whole year, go and win that TI. Like a year later, you're here again. I feel like the same feelings are definitely coming back up again.
Yeah, I feel like that is true for a lot of people, the point you made. So now, I mean, it's true. Like, for example, if you look at Kuro and Puppy, you know, they are rivals, and we like to play that up. But in reality, you know, they are respecting of each other, and they're both happy at the place they're at now, as we saw in an interview earlier today.
Although, didn't Kuro say in that interview, "Are we friends?"
Yeah, that was a joke, though.
Oh, okay. If you say so.
Invited him to his wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine.
Kuro was at Puppy's wedding.
What if it was the red wedding?
Oh, yeah. Well.
I was at the wedding. I'm still alive.
Okay, so it was all right, Shiva. Thank you for confirming. You know, I was getting nervous, but we're
It's all good. It's all good. I think that this is some drama that I call it drama. Some friction is definitely real.
Things need resolution.
Yeah.
Not the player.
This is true. You know what we also
Sorry.
we need some Dota 2 to be played. We need a game 3. But for that, we need to draft some heroes chosen. So let's go to that draft.
OG versus Evil Geniuses. Game 3.
The deciding game 3 coming up in just a second. The winner of this is going to go on to face LGD in the winner bracket final. A huge match. There is some crazy repeats that could happen here. I don't know which way it's going to go, though. What do you guys think?
Not too sure, but it's looking like a pretty hot one that's going to be contested. It might be deciding quite a bit here in this matchup. As we saw, lanes were really important in that last game. Of course, also the big team fights, but it does feel like Enchantress seems to just like set you up to have that like great advantage going out of the laning phase.
Enchantress is Enchantress, but I just realized like the mid is so important. I think both games, whoever won mid just had the game on their back. Thompson, a super hyper aggressive mid player who, you know, if the advantage is given on as I say that, they pick Enchantress again.
So almost exactly the same bands. The only difference is Elder Titan was in the first phase instead of Ancient Apparition, similar to the first game draft, except pick order is flipped as well.
So as I was saying, I think like this Thompson, these two players just love to kill heroes, and if they're given the advantage, they're just gonna go for blood. So I think the mid match are important between these two teams.
Yeah, I want to see, in particular, at least for OG, I want to see them playing something that just run around and make kills happen with like the Monkey King or the Tiny. EG, they're going to deny that. They're actually going to take the Tiny away this time around.
I feel like one of the strengths that Thompson has as a player is his ability to just like go insane. He makes your opponents look like pub opponents, is what it seems like. And he was able to do that last game. He got 3 kills like Tsunami showed with 1 minute. It was insane to watch. Can he do that again without Tiny? Like, what's the hero substitute that would solve that?
That's why I said
Does
Monkey
he need
King.
to do it? Monkey King is definitely one of those heroes that he does it with, but can you Tiny in lane with Monkey King? I guess he has no armor at level 1. It could work.
I used to see the match a lot last year, and it was like pretty back and forth. I think the Monkey King won most of those though.
Okay.
But it's also the mid game is like concerning too, because you can also just get burst down.
And there's a roaming Mirana.
And there's going to be a roaming Mirana.
Yeah, the Ava toss into an arrow, it can be very devastating.
Yeah.
Is this going to be Thompson Invoker again?
This is probably flex pick, right? I think it can still be Jarax's hero for sure. I think you leave it open until you see what lane you're against for sure in the mid lane. And I think when you have the Enchantress, the luxury of actually being able to go for a little bit more of a greedy 4 position, because Enchantress just is Enchantress and has a pretty good lane.
So you can put a weaker hero with her, and then it'll transition into late game well, and the laning stage won't be terrible, right?
Yeah. And like Enchantress, like I talked about, game 2 needs some AoE team fight control, and Invoker provides that.
Yep.
On position 4, so yeah, it can be a position 4.
They're actually going to ban the SD finally. Wasn't being banned out in the last 2 games, but this time I guess because they do have that Mirana, and they're not maybe wanting to have a save this time around, because last time, right, they saved that Oracle for last pick to save versus the combo.
Yeah, that's right. Faceless Void was integral for OG in the late game. In the mid game, he ate a lot of arrows. Maybe a good thing, but yeah, not going to have that this game. So it's going to be a lot harder for OG to set up guaranteed teamfight wins later on.
Yeah, Void and Invoker is such a devastating combo together. The Void Chrono with Cataclysm in the late game is pretty devastating, so I think they're just taking that out.
I love seeing, you know, TI is so great because you always like do the full circle back to like either super carries getting up like anti-mage, or it's just like these massive team fight lineups that just constantly are battling. Like you were mentioning in the last game, we had 50-something kills in the 40-minute mark, or even more than that, something like that. It's just non-stop aggression, non-stop fighting, not a take of these battles. And usually the team with the better team fight at the TI main stage ends up having an easier time, at least at executing.
It just really helps when you have a hero that can grasp win. Like, you know where they are, you see them, you can jump in, hard disable them, guarantee kills. That makes a huge difference. It really helped against the Terrorblade, especially when to Chronosphere him. Like, okay, if you don't have a save, you're dead, period. It makes the game a lot easier.
Especially for these teams too. I think EG, OG, compared to like these Chinese teams, they really love to fight early and just like spill a lot of blood.
I think Centaur banned now. Mobile hero, burst damage, has a pretty good time getting his team on top of me team. So maybe they're worried about the carry versus offlane matchup. What do you guys think?
It can be a setup for the Mirana arrow, and it's either Sand or Centaur, and EG doesn't have ET this time around, so Centaur ban does make a bit of sense.
So you think Sand King's not as bad now? Because the ET's not there?
Yeah, it's definitely worse because Sand King Mirana, yes, the damage is there, but it's too like one-dimensional, the damage. Like, it's bad against BKBs, it's gonna fall off eventually because the damage is linear. It doesn't skip.
Then over the CM that they used in the first game, I think this is also just dictating that they want to play really aggressive like they did with the CM last time.
Yeah.
Allows everyone to just be constantly on the map more, because you always have that aura, you can always keep out lanes, you can always keep playing aggressive, and you can even threaten an aggro tri-lane, as we saw them do with that CM in the first game.
It's a good form of damage from position 5 towards the Enchantress too, I think.
Yeah, that's a good point. Our Freezing Field, our ultimate, was really useful in a lot of cases against the PA as well. So,
Lifestealer looks like a pretty decent hero for OG here.
Yeah, I believe it got banned second phase in the first game in this simulation.
Feels good versus all these just like high magic damage. Tiny is, sure you have high armor, but very high HP hero that Lifestealer really enjoys playing versus.
Yeah, the only time it's good versus Tiny, or for Tiny, is when he gets his Axe and you can do like ranged heavy physical damage.
Could be a carry that OG could be looking at here, but I don't know if they'll pick it in the third. They might save it.
I mean, technically, they could have 0 on the board right now, a little bit abnormal.
Right. That's very true.
Anything else really good? Ogre is still in the...
Juggernaut looks okay for OG as well.
Which hero?
Juggernaut.
Oh, okay. Yeah, similar as the Lifestealer.
Wow.
With this Rubik pick, it seems like it's an Invoker mid, right?
Yeah, that's what you think. This is actually cool. We saw now what the LGD series. I've been seeing a lot of teams actually picking the Rubik versus the Mirana now, just because you're likely to get a pretty damn good steal. Like everything is good. Leap is probably like your worst one, and it's a triple away to either get in, get out as a Rubik, which isn't bad to have. Arrow is a great spell because you're gonna get the extra duration. Starstorm as well, you get the amplification. I've really actually been liking that Rubik pick a lot that I've been seeing from teams today, versus that Mirana in particular.
Against CM2, which is another, like, it feels really great playing Rubik against CM. Order spurs are pretty nice. And you kind of can't ulti against Rubik, because Rubik's CM ulti is more than your ulti.
Yeah.
And even if he stuns somebody else, he can still possibly throw them into her
Yeah.
ultimate.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was a really good Rubik pick, but I'm kind of afraid for this Invokers game. Like we saw in the game 1, I feel like EG Mirana can roam to mid. Meanwhile, like Rubik cannot kind of roam to mid to kill the Tiny. And Tiny versus Invoker matchup, Tiny seems to have the upper edge. And we don't even know if it's I guess it's a Tiny mid. Like it should be a Mirana for Tiny mid.
Yeah, that's what that's probably the more than likely.
Yeah.
We know Sumail loves to play Tiny as well, as we saw last year, of course, when he had the 30-something kills or whatever when he ran over the whole game.
It's like literally this match, part of the bracket a year ago.
It's
he
the
broke
same heroes.
The all-time kill record for a single game. Got 30 kills. It was an insane match, and then Sumail still lost the match.
That was versus OG too, right?
Yes,
and that was the one. That was the
thing.
damage mitigation draft where they had Spectre, Io, Centaur, and I remember he's just running around and then he tossed Artesia into the tier 4s. Of course, that happened in that game.
Hey man, he got 30 kills. I do not care. You cannot say that one was Sumail's fault. He messes up once. Let it go.
Ask BSJ about that. You know, he blames Sumail entirely. Yeah.
This pick's kind of throwing me off because it should be EG crit. Crit on Dark Willow is one of his favorite heroes. He's amazing at that hero too.
Yeah, wait a minute.
What about a 3 Mirana? I mean, really, Mirana could hypothetically lane in any situation.
That's true. I guess they could still do that 3 Mirana and then having this.
But 3 Mirana with a Willow, that seems too squishy. So I think it's a mid Mirana and Tiny offlane.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
That makes more sense, yeah.
Is it that squishy versus... I mean, Willow can get 2. You get Cursed Crown, toss that on a guy, that's an arrow, for sure. Plus Bramble Mace follow-up, maybe kill potential. And crits, Dark Willow is excellent.
Yeah.
And Dark Willow has tons of magic damage. Going to be able to kill the Enchantress. He's going to rush the Spirit Vessel. It kind of fits a lot of boxes. The only thing that's weird about it is Mirana into a weird role, potentially. Not a non-standard for the current meta.
Gonna go for that Jug now, especially versus the Willow.
Yeah,
I think it's so good versus that hero.
Lifestealer was an option too, I think. But I think
what makes Jug better?
I think OG, the healing, they can just keep on there's 2 heroes, the Nature's Enchantress is here and Juggernaut healing ward, so they can just keep being on the map.
So I think the Jug is better versus the Willow overall because you can actually do something when she's inside of her realm. You can actually spin and do some as well. It's small, but it's something.
All right, last phase of bans here. Oracle banned out once again. They are anticipating the save hero. Any other save heroes? Do they need a save hero with the Jug carry?
He can kind of protect himself. There's no BKB piercing disables on EG at all right now, so that spin is going to be really useful for himself to protect him.
And one thing EG is actually really missing this game, unlike what they had last game, was they don't have a setup stun other than Tiny. So it's going to be really difficult for Mirana to get arrows unless it's like Dark Willow. Basically, it's a delayed stun. So
Frostbite. I mean, it's not amazing, and it doesn't usually come out like laning phase, really. But I mean,
correct.
It's not an easier combo to hit.
Yeah, it's still
But when BKBs come out for OG, then they will have defensive options against EG's current go. So they go for Sanking. So that's their 5-position Enchantress, then, right?
Yeah, that makes
right. That's the no-tail Enchantress.
It's a very weird lane, but I always see no-tail pulling it off. The Enchantress and the Juggernaut lane. Usually Juggernaut wants some disable from position 5, so they have that nice disable into spin combo, but let's see how no-tail pulls this off.
Yeah, he can also so he has also the Dispel versus the Willow. That can be kind of nice to. Actually, what am I talking about? Sorry.
Other way around.
Yeah, just kidding.
It's okay. We all make
It's
mistakes.
it's been a long day.
Your mistake was just a mine was. I'll let it go. It's all good.
I was like, what am I saying right
So
now?
what is the carry hero needed for EG here?
I don't know.
Maybe
That's a question you're supposed to answer.
Maybe it's Slark. I can see Slark being okay.
Arteezy Slark. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Anti-mage.
This is what we said, right? The anti-mages, they trickle back into the TI meta. And he's versus that potentially, I mean, not potentially, but the core invoker. So high mana pool.
But I don't think it's the strongest hero this game.
Why do you think they went for it?
Jungler's pretty good against anti-mage.
Yeah.
I think they were Sanking and the Rubik.
Like lane-wise, it'll be easy.
Lane-wise and game-wise. Lane-wise, I'm not so sure. Like he might have a tougher time, but I know like in-game it's gonna be pretty easy. But good against the anti-mage.
All right, guys, that's the final draft here for this last upper bracket match. We've got a really good game ahead of us. Let's toss it over to Toby and Sind.
It is game 3, it's the decider, but who this time around will take the 2 in that winner's bracket position? OG and EG, interesting drafts once again. You've been out of Magda and IO, but you're loving a nice little switch up from OG as far as the lane rolls go.
The Enchantress again, and as the panel was talking about, this Enchantress, wait, they picked Sanking. This Enchantress has got to be support now. That's why they picked the Anti-Mage. This is the worst match. I love playing Sanking. It's one of my favorite off-laners. I hate playing against Anti-Mage. It is so bad of a lane matchup, and that's a big part of the reason EG picked it here is to force that matchup as well as it being good against the Invoker in the game. However, OG step it up a notch. They're like, to solve this, you saw them in the booth. They were doing their math, and they've decided that they will put the Sanking position 4. No-Tail is playing 5 Rubik. That's how important it is for them to solve this problem. It was kind of a checkmate situation almost, but they got out of it. And now it's just a matter of, can they salvage the lanes? Can this work with this support duo? It's very visual.
The panel was already saying, like, somehow No-Tail makes the support Enchantress work as well.
Yep.
Now, making the support Rubik work, how do you try and lane this up then to make it actually happen? We've seen Seb do his work. Jirax was, in my mind, amazing in Game 2 on that ES. He's still getting team stunner, team fight role that OG really need from him. How do you still ensure that No-Tail has a good game on this 5 Rubik?
Well, fortunately for him, he's laning with a strong carry in lane. Juggernaut is a pretty good laner, and there's no matchup in this that he totally can't deal with. So
it's not a combination, right? Like Rubik and Juggernaut together is spin and telekinesis grab. It's old, but it could still work.
But the problem with that is Rubik deals so little damage. That's the problem with that combo in the start. When Rubik hits level 3 and has 2 in Fate Bolt, sure. But if you compare it to something like Lich Jugger or a Crystal Maiden Jugger, there's just way more in the way of damage from those 2 supports in the lane. So it's definitely a weaker version. But honestly, I just love it from OG that they're doing this because I think it's a very creative and probably ideal solution to the problem that they have to solve.
I estimate the
question is if it's good enough. And it's also about what lanes they pick. Because sure, you get the core Sanking out of the problem against Anti-Mage, but guess what? Support Sanking also hates facing Anti-Mage. So you still need to get the lanes right and go from there. And it looks like EG might have the right read in this game. They've put their tiny top so far.
And Anti-Mage is down on the bottom lane with Fly.
Yeah, they want the Anti-Mage to avoid the Ench. So that will mean Anti-Mage will not play against Sanking. So there's a bit of a win for both teams in that. Sanking will have a better time up here, but Anti-Mage will also be avoiding the Ench.
That was nice from Fly, right underneath the Juggernaut, grabs the rune. So it's 3 for 1 at the very beginning.
This aggro tri-lane from EG is very unorthodox, by the way. Crystal Maiden, Dark Willow, Anti-Mage aggro tri-lane.
It's like, you go for the Nova, then they have to navigate the Bramble at slow speed. Like, this cannon.
Well, it's kind of good news for Ana, because he's good against this. No-Tail could have a very hard time, and the question is how much farm he's going to get. Oh, that's some really good damage into Ana already, actually. They're playing without a healing cell.
Meanwhile,
bottom lane.
Yeah. Bottom lane they go ham. Samael's taking a lot of damage. S4's having a hard time walking away from Jirax on the top. Got a nice observe ward, like just on the other side of the trees. So they're able to see S4, any support that comes his way. Mainly the support from Fly.
He got 3 free hits in on Ana, just burning off the mana as fast as possible. So Ana has to dig into the mango to spin, and then that's
a great grab.
That's some serious damage.
Is he gonna spin? He hasn't let that thing up, and 6 get 0 HP. Ana is down. Crick gets the reach.
He refused to skill spin, like he needs healing or to sustain.
Absolutely no sense.
And he TP's back down. He still has a point. and hasn't bought any extra regen. There's no salve still coming in. No-Tail had the gold for it. Honestly surprised that they didn't drop some regen and bring that with Ana's TP.
EG have the advantage.
Look
They're
at the
moving
CS.
Fly to the top lane.
8 for 3 against 1-0. That's a try executed in the start.
Mid. The jump came in. Thompson and Samel. What a surprise! Onto the tier 1 tower.
Big
Samel gets
winner.
the kill, so he'll get the XP.
Yeah, big winner there, Samel. He got more gold, and he got the experience. So he's going to feel good about that one.
Because that's just the way the mid lane gets to work when it's a 1-1 trade.
Sometimes the guy who gets the kill second is not as unfavored as Thompson will change, but
It's actually hilarious how they start again. Thompson's 1 tower, beating into Samel. They both have to start munching on tangos and dropping down a half-life. Arteezy, he's going once again on Ana. Ana still holding the spin as Arteezy. They just want to get some experience into them. Well, S4 enchanted up, buying G-Rank some time to attack, blocking S4, trying to buy more time for Seb to get damage in, but S4 will just salve this off.
in the meantime, bottom lane, they're out of regen. OG completely dry. Actually, never mind, Tango pack left. But no salve still, no regen, no mana, no tail.
Get the bramble. Quintus working with Arteezy, you burn up the mana and then it's just easy harassment from range.
The good news for though is the top lane is going well. Seb has great farm. They're shutting down the Tiny nicely, as they should at start they had. But the other two lanes going well for EG. And this time around, Arteezy's not getting shut down. And the way they've been playing the series so far, I think you can consider this an early lead for them. That is what they want. Anti-mage from the beginning that he can work with. Is that a healing? That's a Ring of Health flying out? No, it's a Wraith and some more regen for Arteezy. So he can keep on the pressure.
Just loving it. Even the fort was used. I think that was actually so the tree toss from S4 wouldn't get the kill on the range creep on top lane. They're really just trying to keep him down as much as possible. And they have. He's, as you said, he's 5-0. The lane's looking good, but bottom lane, Arteezy just gets more and more time to beat into him. And Farouk blink forward from Arteezy. No-Tail navigating the brambles. He'll get the space, but he will not escape. Ana was trying to stand on top of him, I think, to make it a misclick from Crit. But it won't work.
And I wonder how Ana's going to recover this time around. Third game, the lane might have been a little bit hard, but he recovered nicely. This time around, it just feels harder. Their lane, his Rubik Jugger, how are they supposed to kill in this lane? It's an anti-mage and a Willow. Maybe you can get a lift on the Willow and toss it into a spin, but it's not enough damage, and the anti-mage is just flat out unkillable. Look at Willow just leaving Arteezy even to go into mid. They're trying to get tops and brambles.
Yeah, Sasha Tornado. Oh, top! He was standing almost smack bang in the middle of one of Crit, and he just moves a little bit further north and dodges.
Movement from tops in there. That could have absolutely been a kill.
And what does Ana and No-Tail do instantly? All right, well, it's time to do Arteezy. Hopefully I get one Crit, and he got one.
Oh, he got tossed up top. Seb got tossed
too deep.
Oh no, he can't die here. That's real bad for OG's laning. That is such a big kill. Now Jerax might have to yield on the bounty runes too. He has no enchantress to help him out, so OG will get 3 runes, or EG, sorry, will get 3 runes, maybe even 4. So Mail.
He's moving over for it. That's a
Seb
bottle
is too
charge
late.
too.
4 runes and a kill on the Ench. Seb was out of position and got tossed.
I like how Fly is not even grabbing it. He's waiting it out. Maybe he can even get some bottle charges if he wants to help out. Jirax waiting on the top 4s nearby. They'll go for the Frost. Quick Mango. Anything they've got. Jirax, he's invis for the moment. It's a little bit off target. Jirax able to dodge. But this is some time that's been wasted looking for this kill. He'll take the catapult up on top, but Thompson's in recovery mode in mid while doesn't net a kill.
Are EG going to swap their lanes so Tiny goes mid now, or what's here?
It's like
Leaving the lane empty like this is a bit odd.
I think they're trying to wait until S4 returns the TP happens.
Now he's half a level behind Thompson though.
Ana is getting forever rooted by Crit on bottom lane. There's 1 Tango left. He'll have to consume the Mango in order to have enough to get the healing ward down, but how's he meant to be farming under here? And instantly taken care of by Crit. There's no sustain at all. It's almost like there's no hope for Ana down here.
And Crit gets that extra mana simply from the Maiden Aura. He might be dying here though if No-Tail gets the lift. Jerax is in range. Not anymore now. He's gonna wrap around.
Like, which one's real? I need to choose. I prefer to get the kill over on Arteezy, but it seems impossible unless they have full control. Pick up, throw down. Oh no! The spell shield's leveled up at 4. Arteezy just trades places with Jirax. And then into Bramble. Arteezy jumps forward. S4 survives. Crit Level 2 in Shadow Realm has more than enough damage to pop Anna once more, his second death of the game.
And that's going to be a Ring of Health for Arteezy now as well, coming in a sec. Going to be furthering his lead in this lane, making the harassment that he...
Almost feel like Seb is taunting to try and get EG to come back to him.
Oh, I'm sure he's muted. Don't worry about it. There's no way. He's absolutely muted. So, Anti-Mage with the Ring of Health will be that bit harder to harass now for the Rubik. He's going to continue his farming down here in the bottom lane.
It really
the big
feels
difference,
like Thompson's just had the last 3 minutes by himself in mid lane.
That's the biggest difference between this game and the other Invoker game, is that Thompson is having a much better time this time around, and we know what tempo he can set for his team in this kind of games. But does he have targets? It's hard to kill Willow as Invoker. It's hard to kill the Anti-Mage as Invoker. It's hard to kill Mirana as Invoker. And even the targets, it's easy to kill Maiden, so that's nice.
It's almost like you need to pick up an Orchid and kill some of these guys, so they don't counter you back.
He needs someone to combine with, but the best player for him to combine with is a Sand King, but he's
bottom lane,
yeah.
EMP, they just need to change the sound to make sure there's no blink away, and Arteezy. Spell Shield won't help you there.
4-man gank, the lift.
And instantly back into one melee creep. So efficient from Thompson's rotation, but EG's trying one of their own. Under their own. Seb, you've been taunting for a while. You've been asking EG to kill you. And, well, you may get exactly what you wish for. Seb gets to 1 level up in attendance, stick charges, but he's got the Curse Crown on him. He can't walk this off, but TP's coming in from Rubik. Notel will look to create the space, and Seb, well, he can walk it off. Even with his tree toss from S4, I don't think he's got enough damage, and even Notel de-wards the ops.
Thompson being super annoying mid. Arteezy does have the Maiden Aura though, so we'll get mana for Blink a bit sooner. Has the stick charges if he really needs to blink.
Seb's just moving up. It's like, okay, well, Curse Crown me. Thompson's ready to fight. Thompson, in fact, please stun me too. S4 able to do it, but Jirax, he gets a double stun of his own. They get the telekinesis grab over on S4, but Jirax, he's focusing over on crit, using that cold snap troll. S4 now comes up as well up the hill, realizes OG owned this part of the map with the impetus. He actually gets the damage. He'll die from the fall. Jirax, not the perfect layer, but it'll still work nonetheless. Samel, Ben, burned out of mana. He's bottle charging up. Seb needs to give the attendance over towards Thompson. Now they can turn their attack over. Fly, he's arriving for that damage. Have they got enough? Samel has to leap distance to get away to safety. And Crit, he wants to turn around, get that Curse Crown. It's going to get the stun. The Quast, it will not be enough life and sustain. The Kive, and Samel will quite happily take that kill.
Man, there's so much happening on the map right now. And guess who the biggest winner is with OG?
Anna!
Anna was bottom the whole time. So much space being made for him. He's caught up. He's actually overtaken Arteezy now after that very difficult laning stage in the beginning. The 1 kill they got bottom, and then this move mid just created a lot of time for him.
10-minute runes, here we go again. If you thought it was going to simmer down, Jirax will take the bounty to begin with. They're looking over towards Crit. Jirax looking to actually cut through. It's a level 3 burrow, so he's not in range. The Shadow Realm being used to just protect Crit for the moment. And he'll slap an extra attack into Notel for sure. Meanwhile, Thompson alone him.
Yep.
It feels like the old classic. As you said, like Anna gets space, but then when you go down to deal with Anna, you deal with another lane, then Thompson gets space. Like, which poison do you want to die to here? The only other choice is to kill them all. EMP Tornado from Thompson in mid. Crit, he's ready to move around to work here with Flamel. Will take the damage. He's got the 1 charge with the Curse Crown, and Bokus are walking out of here. He'll go invis, but it won't help.
In the meantime, though, Arteezy is not getting a single creep. Ode pressure up top where Arteezy is playing. With the siege creep.
TP. Arteezy jumps in. That takes a long time to get 1 attack into Seb. He'll move into the trees. The attendants, they're going to wear off right now. But Arteezy's blinked himself forward, so Seb is quite happy to do max damage to that anti-mage. A quick Curse Crown on Jirax. He's got Burrow Strike available, waits it out nicely, gets a stun through the Shadow Realm, and then dodges the arrow of Samael a little late, and now that leaves Crit stranded. There's little to no damage he can do to get any kind of rebuttal, and the rest of his team has left him for dead.
I think the arrow wasn't ready, or Samael would have definitely got that on the crown. Probably had a minor cooldown from the... Oh, did he even use it? I'm actually not sure. That was just...
On the crown? The arrow? It got thrown at the end, yeah.
Yeah, that was a guaranteed stun if he used it earlier on cooldown there. S4 will be pressuring bottom while all this is happening. Yes.
And what does Seb do?
Seb's going to defend it for now. He just walks in.
That's fine. What are these creeps going to do? They'll swing their arm in the air. For Detroit.
Oh,
A lovely city.
damn it.
Oh, I got it before you.
Oh,
Hey.
my joke.
Hey, I got you with the Ghostbusters, man. Ghostbusters.
Oh, I was
before.
not thinking about that one.
Yeah. Does anyone even know what that song is? Just proving our age.
Everybody knows that song.
Really hope so. Most people don't even know what Bonanza is.
They want to try on Ana here. This kill is
Difficult.
actually flat out impossible for these spin TPL.
Yep. Problem with the Avalanche, never a permanent
He doesn't
stun.
have a TP.
Oh, Shadow Realm. Well, Jirax is nearby. He may have to burrow to create some space, or he's just like, okay, Hannah, I'm sorry, man. You can Omnislash if you want to, but you're dead.
Oh, I didn't click him to check if he had a TP before that, but EG very clearly did, and they ran him down. It's a huge kill. He was the richest hero on the map. This
was the
seems to
trade-off.
happen once or twice in every game. Ana is just being left alone and will get killed once in a while. These kills are big.
I remember the analyst panel, they're talking about like the way OG plays, like, hey, we're up on the top lane, and it was always Seb who was kind of the one who was out too far. It's like, hey, come and kill me. How many heroes did it take from EG to kill off the Juggernaut? Yeah, he's worth a lot, but then you get heavy damage into the tier 1 towers. Seb, who was the #1, they're giving more, but he's going to try and return it in with a drum build early on. And just add that level of pressure. And meanwhile, Thompson also farming up. Straight into Spirit Vessel, no hand of Midas on this Invoker.
And there's another big item coming up soon. This one is for EG though. It's going to be the dagger for S4 and 100 gold. Some really good targets for him in this game. A lot of the Radiant heroes don't have too much max health. The Rubik support dies very easily. The Invoker dies really easily. The Enchantress also dies a little bit of follow-up. Speaking of Enchantress, they're actually, again, they're trying, I mean, it's not happening.
No. More support coming in under the cover of smoke to both sides. Arteezy was being hunted, but Arteezy's game set is tingling. And he just moves away and goes down to the Trinity camp we were talking about. I'm being invaded in jungle. The observers and sentries now being dewatered. Bottom lane, Seb. Yep.
Okay.
Fly. Okay. Real CM's channel full duration.
They threw everything and the kitchen at it. Not just the sink that time.
Oh, they'll get a lot of it back. Samel's found a regeneration rune in bottom river.
Samel not skilling Moonlight Shadow, by the way. What is this? Not a single point in it? I mean, he could only have one, but he's level 10.
He went for the 200 health instead.
Can be really useful for his team. Like, it can be the difference maker, but whether AM survives a gank or not. Is that worth 1 point in arrow? I don't know about that. Okay.
I was actually kind of wondering too, like how he would build in. We were kind of tossing up like where do you get a lot of your physical damage from? Like how do you make sure you like obviously there's no physical build coming in this time around. There's 200 health. We're not going to 15 damage, and he's going in Scepter. Huge lane clearance, and something that OG may not have an easy answer to. Like both cores are going for Battle Furies, but Anti-Mage as well as Mirana, they can clean waves up so quickly, and they're so highly maneuverable.
Mid tower.
Yep. TP comes in.
Oh, he failed the combo.
Quick spin from Ana. The fear will be there, and that's going to force the Enchantress to run away. But Ana's in pretty deep. Still has Omnislash available and a heavy amount of damage thanks to the Demon Edge. And Crit, well, he'll stand there, and he'll tank the entire Omnislash. As the rest of EG back up behind the tier 2.
It was a good idea from S4, but he missed the toss on the Jugger. He tossed a Kreested that got in the way.
Seb, you're coming in deep, man. Like, they're under a shrine. He's got a lot more. Avalanche pops up into the arrow, and Thompson's trying to help out with the cold snap, pushing Samel away. Enchantress, knocks off. No-Tail still there. The Mana Boy, that's easy.
Oh, the tornado!
The EMP, they're all bone dry. It is an absolute drought of EG. Oh, Arteezy's not going to be happy when the arrow from Samel well off target of Invoker. Cold snap's coming off cooldown right now. The Cursed Crown, oh, everyone together and gets stunned. Maybe there's some damage from the Bedlam, but then a Burrow Strike from Jirax picking off Crit. Game has escalated quickly. Meanwhile, Ana up in Noi, farming the top lane.
I don't know how Enchantress manages to do this in her games, to just tempt everyone to try for these hard kills. If it's just a tilt effect, like you get annoyed, you're like, just kill the Enchantress, but...
Let's just get him. Let's just get him.
It's really costing EG here that they try to go for these Enchantress kills. They've got 2 on her, but how many have they failed? And how much time has that cost them?
It's cost him a lot. Juggernaut has finished a Battle Fury before the Anti-Mage.
Way before. Arteezy's not even close. He's 2 gold away from it right now.
The Graph in golden experience gets to swing up. EG has obliged OG with a lot of fights to be able to settle this game down. They need the Aghanims, they need the split push, they need the Battle Fury, they need a lot of things. But what is OG doing? Not giving them the room to breathe. Already attacking into the tower on bottom lane.
The tempo is so high now from OG. Now they can kind of do whatever they want. Sand King will get a dagger very soon. Yep, they're going to dive S4.
Nortel stunned up conversely, but they'll still get the grab. Pulling back down again. Burrow strikes the Balmble, making sure S4 does not get up the hill. Frostbite from Fly can't create enough space. And there is no other support coming in from EG. Instead it was coming from OG. And now it's a 17 dagger for a support SK. We're wondering how you can make these two very not financially viable supports when it's so hard 5, but this works when Durex has a blink dagger as fast as to get them.
Dire are scanning.
Sumail gets a DD.
Very uncertain about fighting against Durex even with that DD.
He was thinking about it, but didn't want to go.
Good observers and sentries from EG. Jirax, oh, he'll cop that arrow. Still under sentry. Sumail can claim that kill nice and quick. And then S4, he'll jump in as well. They're going up the supports and they've got him. Sumail with the double kill. Turn your attention over towards Seb. It'll take a long time to attack into him. The EMP burn is also there from Thompson, making life a little bit more difficult for the Dark Willow. And Seb, he wants to battle. They have sentry versus sentry. Somebody get rid of that. Flies moving forward. You can definitely see them. They're sentries.
Normally.
Oh,
that's a good combo.
Really good jump in. The Bramble, he'll catch out Ana. He's got Omni Slash. He can turn around. There's only one creep that's there. They're doing all the spin damage into S4 that he has to burn the ultimates from Ana. He'll crit at the end.
I think S4, or sorry, not S4. I think Sumail couldn't arrow because Seb just kept running in front of him, so they couldn't combo on that. They get another kill.
Fly, he knew he had to dodge. Moved out to the side. Just his easy pickings.
I'd love to see a replay of that because that was so beautifully executed from EG. Toss into the Terrorize on the Jugger. All they needed was to connect an arrow, but I think Seb just ran in front of the Sumail Mirana and he couldn't land it. That's got to be what happened, and that's huge for the outcome of that. Instead of losing their biggest core, they get 2 kills. And sure, Arteezy's gets, but man, this is, by his standards, super late Battle Fury. And he had a good start, too.
Crit's dead. EMP Tornado catching him up on the top, but Shadow Roll will add some protection. He's got no more mana to work with. We'll get the damage into Nortel, hung around a little longer. It flies forward. A nice long 5-second stun. Over on the Rubicon will now go down and Fly. They kill off Thompson. EG, they needed something, and that's something. Seb. Okay, I'll do this solo. Maybe I won't. Ana's nearby. Arteezy. Counterspell up and running. Ana's not going to take that risk of an Omni Slash. Maybe now it's time to pick up those bounty runes. 4 of them on the scene there for 30 seconds. An unusual occurrence for 20-minute bounty runes.
Yep.
But there's just so much fighting with 26 kills 20 minutes into this game.
Sumail with the scouting arrow. Doesn't find anyone. If Jerax knew, he would have taken the other one, I think, as well. He gets one. That's I think 3-for-1 trade on bounty runes in total. Once Ana gets his shit together and takes this one. I guess he doesn't want it. I don't know. He wants to push the wave first. That's fine. Now he's going to take it on the way back. Come on, Big Camp.
Jerax is really just trying to stay on Arteezy like a tick.
Dude, is he doing this to... it's there. He's not baiting it either.
It's income. It's coming in value. Maybe 1 gold, but it's value.
He felt like nobody from EG was going to come and try to take that. Because it was not set up as a bait there that would have killed on the rim.
Your Alacrity buff ups up. Attack speed increased by 100. Damage. And Roshan, difficult to kill off. Once again, this Enchantress. Even Roshan thinks she's untouchable. But what does EG do? They scan Roshan. They know what's going on, but how fast can you move over? You're gathering for a smoke, but Roshan's practically dead. 1K, and they're going for what? Nothing. TP, they stay with the lanes.
And Jerax is set up bottom. They want to connect over and try to kill Arteezy probably. Never mind, he's not going to go for it. Just going to push out the wave.
Just counterspelling just in case. OG can move up through mid. It has been the name of their game throughout this tournament. 20 minutes, 22 minutes hits. Let's go high ground, boys. Ana, the front liner. Alacrity him up. Able to get quick entangled. It's also great from Ana. Sumail's getting some level of damage.
They have so much sustain. They have the Enchantress heal, they have Healing Ward. They're going to go in with the next wave. He has the spin and Electricity. They're just going to slowly chip this down. And Arteezy has to try to get as much as possible. They don't want to take this fight because realistically, OG are not favored in this.
Here we go again. Spin, attack, Fortify has to be used. Arteezy, as he said, like he's refusing to join this fight. EG just have to hold the high ground.
To lose a Rex too, actually, before they can fight. I think Arteezy without Manta in this game is going to be particularly useful.
Thompson's hunting. 460 move speed inside of that Ghost Walk.
Yeah,
looking for a target, actually just inside the smoke. Like that's
OG
not Ghost
backing
Walk.
off, this became pretty obvious to Arteezy that something is up. But this is the thing about Cross-Wix Invoker compared to Exort Invoker, is Invoker's playing this build really high on mana, so you will be looking for, okay, maybe Arteezy can come in toward the end of the fight and get a big mana void that gets kills, but if you hit the CMP on a couple of heroes, you're super high on mana the whole time. And even that won't be an option for him.
EG's coming out. Moonlight Shadow and Smoke being committed. They want to wrap around the back. They want to do something about Jirax. You probably need a ward up on this hillside to make it happen. CM's got one, both Sentry and Observer. Fly drops the Sentry to begin with, Observer straight after. So while that's been, there was no defense. Tier 3 tower is gone, with even a couple of creeps to help the push go. Ana spins. Now he's going to take the melee ranks. You said EG may have to pay the toss. They find one in deep. Seb under the tier 4 towers. The arrow looking to connect as well, but the Omni Slash S4, he's just totally stranded. Ana will find the kill. Fly trying to let it go. Ana's taking through all of this, however. The sustain as EG are meant to be Captain America, but OG, they can do this all day. And the cold snap, there's nothing to follow it up. 14 HP, the stun strike. No, you've got no tail. He stole the blink from Anti-Mage and jumps in. Of course you can do that. Finds the kill. Nice chain stun over on top to 5 seconds up, but there's no one from EG who can get close. Jirax comes in with the epicenter, expecting EG to engage, but they're not there. As OG look for another lane of racks. Pushing through. Crit, he's getting the chip damage into Thompson. Where's your jump? Arteezy is still farming in mid lane. He will not, Anti-Mage has not finished farming, but S4 is dead for 70 seconds. He's losing his teammates. And what does Arteezy want to do? The answer for Anti-Mage, keep on farming. What's OG gonna do?
Keep on pushing?
Sounds good to me.
There's no Tiny for 50 seconds. This is... It's over. They don't have the damage. They can't kill these heroes, I think. Jump in.
Look for your target. Marana, he's leaping the wrong direction, but he had no other choice. He tried to get the Aghanim's damage out, but now he doesn't have a way free. Arteezy's trying to grab the creep waves, but they're all pushed in the bottom lane, which is allowing this pressure from OG up on the top as Fly. Man, Jirax, he doesn't give to who he's got defensive Yule Scepter available. Will get some chip damage into Nortel, but he has to fight. It's up for Arteezy. Now's the time, but he's getting picked up, thrown away. All that farming, and what did it achieve? Arteezy, well, he'll achieve one kill over onto Nortel. He'll blink away. Rejection is required. Salving up so they can get back to the front lines. They can't lose all these lanes of racks. Tied again. The TP's coming to the sideline. Here comes S4. Avalanche. Toss. They look towards Thompson. And maybe they got enough damage. Arteezy. The virus drop from Jirax. It'll connect. The spell shield. It wasn't there to actually protect him. Now S4 is stranded. It was a hallelujah play from EG. But right now the gods are on the side of OG. Seb will get himself a double kill. The two-bit cause there for so long. Hagen's Immortal will give Ana back his life. They're claiming the range racks. 26 minutes in, EG are more than on the ropes. It's a tightrope, no net. I'm fairly certain the rope's on fire.
This happened really fast. I just want to point out how fast this happened. The game was really, really even, first 15 minutes. And then we have this one moment where OG get multiple kills, Arteezy shows up and dies. And since then, it's been OG all the way. They get the Roche. They go push with their invincible Jugger with healing.
Oh, Samael. Up in the air, Cold Snap, he can leap away. This is the last chance for EG. All 5 players up. There is no racks, there's no tier 4 towers to really speak of, just the one. Marana jumps in, but Ana still stands his ground. Where's the attack? EG gather on the no-tail flag, looking for an opportunity, and Ana, he's begging for it. He's ready to dodge. They're into the trees. Arteezy blinks away and maybe tops him. He'll be set up towards the air. And it's there. He'll be able to get the nice chain stun. Chris low on life. Arteezy getting some cleave damage. They're sent away by the Terrorize. Arteezy, the mana void is good, but is it good enough? The sustain from OG. It continues to run. Arteezy protected by the BKB. He has to jump back in again. Crit, S4. They even get the Tornado onto Arteezy over in the tree lines. Goodbye. The lights are going out for EG right now. Luckily, this is a winner's. But OG, they will push forward to the winners bracket final, repeating the history of TI8, 2-1ing EG in this semi-final 2.
That's, you know what? This game is Anti-Mage in a nutshell right now. If you have a good start, you have a good landing stage, this hero, it needs time, it needs space. Arteezy, with just these 2 deaths and the limited farm that he ended up having, just gets overtaken. He gets eclipsed by this Juggernaut so quickly. And then when it comes to defense, well, guess what? You have an Anti-Mage. It's kind of 4 and 5. OG run them over. They put so much pressure. They take the Roche. They go for all the racks in one streak. And they made it look really easy. But in this replay for EG, there's like 1 or 2 moments to go and look back on and be like, man, if we don't go for the enchants, this game is so different. And this is proving to be a huge problem. They won all 3 games in the series. It was a big nuisance to the other team in all 3 of the games. But you got to, against OG, you got to choose. What do you want to ban?
And you got to do something. OG, they're looking absolutely amazing. Even without Io, even without Mag, a world-class team looking to potentially be the first team to get back-to-back victories. Will it be possible? They look good. They look amazing. Doubters, if you thought last year was maybe a fluke, OG are looking to prove it right now. They're cool, calm, and most definitely happy.
Very happy indeed. A year in between, 2 of the same rosters meeting on the grand stage of the International. The same result, OG moving forward, EG dropping to the lower bracket. May I just also say, the handshake wasn't as hype as I was hoping it would be.
What were you hoping for?
I don't know. Maybe, either the turnaround where they, go hug each other.
Yeah.
Or Fly walks up, suplexes No Tail, WWE style.
Or that, probably not that. But, I was expecting something, and it felt like, last year there was a lot of emotion boiling. No Tail talked about that in the documentary that came out recently, and this time it felt like, he has it all worked out. All his emotions are, worked out. That's why you got a psychologist on your squad. That works.
Yep, sometimes you got to control your emotions. It worked for you one time, but, maybe try something else out. And now guess what? OG is guaranteed top 3.
Guaranteed top 3. Tsunami, I believe you had thing to close out that series with the stats or with the replay. What is?
It's a bookending. If you recall, the very first set of clips that we had featured a hero that you may know as Enchantress. Now, Sind had a great question. He saw a combination in the works, and you can see it already developing here. This is Dark Willow. She's about to terrorize this spot. You may see some rocks lingering around. It was just freshly avalanched. Seems like a real recipe for success, right?
Mm-hmm.
In comes Enchantress. You see this little harmless. Well, she seems harmless until she. Oh, what's that? There was an arrow. There was an arrow coming in from Mirana. It should have just directly hit S4. Life would have been grand. No, instead, Enchantress tanks it. And everyone's just like, well, screw that. I can't do anything to her. Sumail's running around. He has no idea what to do. He's like 5 auto attacks trying to go through untouchable. Ana gets out okay. Sumail's he's still trying. He's still trying to auto attack. It's not going to happen. Enchantress, please, can I get some, wait. Let me, what does a frog look like? It's like this, and then a little eye, and then it's a little mouth, and a little nose. O-S.
So...
Okay. Yeah, a pretty good hero, right?
Pretty good hero.
You heard Sin talk about it, right? It's like, I definitely think you have to ban the IO Mag, and it's pretty much pick your poison after that, right? We've seen Chen's ban versus some Enchantresses, EG ban the Elk, all 3 games versus them, and you know what? That game, like, they dominant. I would say going into that series, they're probably 73rd game.
Yeah, after that first game, though, I was a little worried, but we shouldn't have been. That was dominant coming out from OG. And cornerstone of the OG squad is with Casey right next.
Oh, I love that title. Shaver calls you the cornerstone of the OG squad. No, we're actually on camera now, so yeah. What do you think? Cornerstone?
I don't know.
You don't know? What are you talking about?
I let my teammates talk.
Okay.
But, yeah, maybe they can say it.
You're being way too humble. Can I try to get inside your psyche for a minute? Because every time I guys, I ask how you're able to make incredible comebacks time and time again. And you always say we trust each other, and I get that. But as someone who has failed a lot in life, if I were to have a game not go very well and then have to turn around and come back, I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd get in my head. How do you not do that?
I mean, I think our team is very hungry and they're very passionate. I think it carries us basically all these bigger tournaments, and somehow it just triggers at TI, and I think that kind of sets us to the whatever we're having right now, and yeah.
We've seen returning TI champs before, and they usually come into the tournament, and one of the things, the pressure they feel, and it just becomes too much. I'm seeing the opposite from you guys. And I don't know if it's a mental game that you're playing or if it's more of just trying to stay relaxed, but you did a coin flip to determine who you were going to face when you first started the main event. And we saw the flags with No Tail's face on them that you put all over the game in game one, which was a pretty funny move.
Yeah, I mean, this profile picture, it's just starting to be a meme now for us. I think I'll do something different.
Oh, really?
Whatever is fitting,
Yes.
right? So this because Paladai called us, like, don't get into the goofiness and they will beat us. And then we're just goofy flagging up on the map. But yeah,
Taunting
it seems to work.
Yeah.
I think I didn't like the lane too much when I was just spamming the flag. And Johan was even on his lane. He was on the same lane, like two different lanes at the same time.
It also seems like they like to mute you so that they don't hear all of the chatter.
Oh yeah, but then you just tip.
Oh, okay. So, and then...
So yeah, exactly.
And I guess you got the
need
visual
to find,
cue.
You need to find the ways to get the mutes, because, I mean, it's a bit lame to mute people, right?
You seem to like that part.
Yeah, it's part of... It's like a hobby to us, I think.
Yeah. Already looking ahead?
Yeah, I mean, I want to play more. I have a big problem. I haven't been able to play enough. And,
It's never enough.
yeah. No, sometimes it's enough, but I think this tournament specifically, I haven't been able to play Dota at all.
Yeah.
I need.
Because you've been waiting.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we can't pop at the hotel, and nothing is working because the ranked matchmaking. So I don't know. I'm waiting for the day.
Wow.
For more games.
Okay. Well, you guys looked great. So we look forward to seeing more amazing Dota in the days to come.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we did pretty good today.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you know what? Coming from an ex-self, I'd say you did okay.
Yeah, expert.
I was going to say you can make fun of me for that if you want, and I didn't have to because you just, thank you.
It's nothing fun.
No, you're making me feel uncomfortable. Can you save me, please? I'm feeling very awkward. You played, here, let me try that again. Jax, you played really well. I really appreciate the amazing Dota you guys are all playing, and we look forward to seeing you further in the tournament.
Thanks. I'm not going to help you. Don't compliment us for your
The
own
mind
sake.
games are even here in the interview room.
Just compliment
They
Christian
are.
coming to this interview when we win the next match, okay?
Oh, snap. Okay. Okay. Shiver? Oh, gosh. Okay. All right, Jax. I got it.
Mental warfare.
Mental warfare. Always.
That is finest. Love it. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Casey.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Jarex.
Let Jerix out of there. He needs out.
And when you know, if he wanted to play more, he should have gone to the lower bracket because that's when you get to play tomorrow. And now they got to wait a full day.
Yep, it's going to be tough. You know, he brought up ranked matchmaking. Well, you know, we'll see what happens with that. But as you said, I mean, they haven't played many three-game series. That was actually the first one. They barely lost games in their group stage. And OG, LGD, I mean, a lot of people had them as favorites coming out of the group stage. Guess what? There they are.
There they are indeed. You know, when a team is playing, there's a lot happening. Definitely everybody watching in the audience, which is, by the way, packed, which is crazy for a lot of people there. Lansport might have already, you know, went away, but they found other ways to go home.
That's fine.
You also watch the game as a coach, and I feel like when you watch the game as a coach or as a family member, you're invested.
Yeah.
And this is them watching.
Oh, man.
when you're emotionally that invested in watching a Dota 2 game, it can do some crazy things to you.
My man sucks. He went in. He deserved it. That was, I mean, throughout the entirety of this tournament, I think everyone considered that OG was the superior team. If EG won, it was because they got some momentum all of a sudden while they were making their upper bracket run, or maybe throughout the course of their group stage, they finally found their legs again. But it still came out the way that most people expected. OG moving forward yet again. Another.
Yeah, crazy day of Dota 2. Not too unexpected result, but I think unexpected in the way. And if you miss how they happened, I got good news for you because we got a little recap.
BKB, Rage of Halo going forward, instantly gets controlled up, but does have the Eul Scepter another leap away. They're trying to finish him off, heals coming out, KB can't provide enough here to play, finish him off. Now, they might another buyback, Secret been doing this. Here for it's actually gonna fall. Yeah, Secret has a duo on the Maledict with the Dazzle coming out from them, they might be able to chop down these buildings faster. They're trying to go for it, they jump in, the last ditch effort to be able to finish off Big One Meepo, but he's finished off he's dead, the Alchemist is dead, the throne is done, Ninja Boogie can't stop it, Secret win! Secret do it, they make the comeback! Mineski end the game up 12-0. Secret, they said Nisha was a fine target, we are still out of the they're gonna be able to lock down KB, but down short he dies, KB's up and down, the Chronosphere plays against the Star, he dies to the infinite side, he managed to take it, can he get away? He's trying to jump away from Nisha, he's trying to finish this up to live, they need the buybacks, they need to be able to get Moon, he's gonna be able to get the bash, Moon trying to drift away, Moon's still on, this was the one that they're back, he's gone, maybe dead, Nisha, he's dead, Secret, dead with three!
Ahmed's on top of them, Paparazzi gets the blink out off the back of the reincarnate. The Sentry Warden walking the vision today, that's why they turn back, who's top, Torrent Combat, they've got the back, Paparazzi dead without buyback available, X-Nut down on the side to finish off Fade as well. As Fiji Gaming chances, they tried for the Roshan, but they now will start to fall.
It's S4, send him up. The missed timing though. Seb jumps in, Crit instantly silences him. Seb, what have you got with the Soulbind looking for the stuns? Anna looking for his own point of damage. S4, Anna can't attack in fast enough. One more attack will do it. And get down and then jump over for a double kill into play. Rolling Boulder River. On the start. Break away from Samael. He plays the high ground. Only one a male. He is able to push him back. Won't care if Thompson, Avalanche, Thompson's getting so much damage. Help is there from Notel. Thompson just needs to get the hell out in the end. And now maybe they can Chrono. They got so much damage. The control will actually hold in the ES, but you won't care if you've got the kill first. Not easy. Then to Crit. Time dilate. Samel's got no movement. And now the jump in from three man in the Chrono. Toss them down, Thompson. And maybe they got a little bit more. Only Samel on the back lines. There's no more BKBs. There's no more real Satanic to work with. And Arteezy, solo on life, does not have the Sunder. And even kills him.
Crazy day indeed, Will. I want to know, like, we all see your face in that clip from Cap splashing his water bottle around. We heard that he normally does have something in his hand that he just twirls around. This time, unfortunately, there was no lid on the water bottle.
Dude, okay, so normally he does do that. He fidgets.
Yes.
He likes to play around with stuff. What ended up happening was I couldn't see when I turned my head because he had it in his other hand. So I actually thought, I looked mad because I thought somebody threw water at us. Like, I was really confused for like, until I saw the, okay, because I had water all over my glasses and my screen. The way that it shot out, I actually thought somebody threw water from behind me. Like, somebody actually just dished water on me. So I was like, the hell? And then I watched it. It was pretty funny. And then he told me he apologized. And then I saw that it was everywhere. It actually broke the monitor.
It did.
It broke the, halfway through the second game, Cap had a cast off of my screen because his monitor actually just entirely broke.
Don't pour water bottles over your monitor.
Oh, it did not work out well.
It did not. We can take a look at the bracket, see where we are at. We have said goodbye to 2 more teams this morning. That means we still got, what, 8 teams left in the tournament? It's coming awfully close. We're halfway there.
Yeah, we are, and we didn't really see the infamous clip there, but those guys look really good. South Americans, they go up against Secret, which is going to be the first real big, which will be super exciting.
Yeah, and that will happen tomorrow. We did see LGD and OG making it to the upper bracket again, 2 years in a row. We're going to see them fight it out. We'll forget about that for a bit because that's not until 2 days from now. But that lower bracket will have a portion of that played out tomorrow. We're going to kick it off with RNG versus Liquid, and the winner of that will face EG. And of course, as Grant says, Infamous facing Secret. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a very exciting one. I think we haven't seen a series yet with Secret that is not exciting. And it might be a little bit scary for them because they, you know, it's normally because they mess up that it's exciting.
Exactly, and you can't mess up for Infamous because you know exactly what they're going to do. They have the exact same strategy the whole time. It says, Chris Luck Schofield, we're going to make insane amounts of space. Hector is the most efficient man. I mean, 99% Midas timing, he's an absolute beast.
He is indeed. Beast as well are the 10 players that you'll see tomorrow in the All-Star match. All-Star match is all random death match. And remember, today is Thursday, tomorrow is Friday, and your picks will be locked in today. So you gotta pick a player because depending on how good a player performs, you're gonna get Battle Pass levels. That's right, free stuff. Team Radiant, there is a Team Dire. I know Trent's got his money set on Tim's Battle Pass levels. In this case, Tsunami, who you got?
I got Ramses.
You got Ramses?
I think the play is to pick an eliminated player. They've got no pressure remaining or anything. They're just there for the glory. And maybe the other players, you know, they'll let the reins be handled by the eliminated ones.
Sure, you want to show off because you never know what's going to happen in the shuffle. You want to prove that you can play.
True.
Yep.
I mean, you know, no pressure there or whatsoever. But all that is, of course, tomorrow. It's not over for you guys in terms of entertainment, though, as is usual. Late game with Dakota Imperium Flax. It should be a great show once again. I heard some of the clips that are going to be played, so you should definitely tune in. That was totally unrelated, of course.
No.
Please tune in.
No, please tune in. You want to tune in for that one for sure. But that is it.
Wait, Fever, can I close this one out?
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the International 2019 Day 4.
No, it was Day 3.
Day 3.
They tear him apart, and now the rest of them running in from the side. They fire the ice blast as well. You are turned upon, trying to run, trying to TP away, but the bash comes through. They find their man. Infamous running forward for. With the death will come down from them, they might be able to chop down these buildings faster. They're trying to go for it. They jump in. The last ditch effort to get jumped in with people, but he's finished. He's dead. He's dead. The Alchemist is dead. The throne is done. He can't stop it. Secret win. They said Nisha was a blind target. We are flying from again. Gonna be able to block down KB. Block out short in time. KB's up and down. The throne is his last dollar. He dies to the infinite side. He actually managed to take it. Can he get away? Woo!
Why they turn back in. Chalice in with a who's top Torrent combo. They've got the Mount Paparazzi dead without buyback available. X-Nova's got the lockdown on the side to finish off Fade as well.
And now the jump in from three man in the corner. Toss them down, Thompson, and maybe they got a little bit more. G-Rex can really smell the back lines. There's no more BKBs. There's no more real Titanic to work with. And